All right, example 2 here on 5-5. Andrew has a new job at the local pizza store as a delivery boy. The following graph shows one of his deliveries he's made. Analyze the graph and answer the following questions. So this is an example of one where we're given a graph and you have to answer the questions based on it. On your review sheet and on your homework tonight, I believe, or practice problems, you're going to be given all this information and you're going to have to create the graph from the situation. There's one on your test. Okay, so part A is asking how long was the entire trip? Okay, so before I even jump into that, we should make sense and you should read the axes and what's going on. So this y-axis is showing me that it's distance from the pizza store measured in blocks. Simple enough. The x-axis is time spent driving in minutes. Okay, so how long was the entire trip? Well, that would be how much time it took. That entire trip ended right here at 15. So this is end of trip. So 15 minutes. Part B. If he arrived at the house after 4 minutes, how far away was the house from the pizza place? So remember, this is the distance from the pizza store. So when we're at 0, that means we're at the pizza store. So let's make a note of that because that's important. 0 means we are at the pizza shop. Both times, right? Both zeros. The end of the trip means you're back to the pizza shop. So if he arrived at the house after 4 minutes, so minutes are down here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is 4 minutes right here. So this is where he arrives at the house. Let's make a note of that because it's important. Arrives at house. How far away was the house from the pizza place? Okay, so how distance? What was the distance there? Distance right here is, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it's 9 blocks. And remember to be using the measurements that they gave us. Why might Andrew have stopped 3 times for 1 minute? So stopped 3 times would be going no distance, which are on those highlighted, those flat lines right there. Why? Well, he's driving. Why would you stop for a minute when you're driving? Here, you can argue this. You usually don't stop at a stop sign for an entire minute. So the best answer here are definitely red lights. Red lights / traffic lights. You could make the argument, as long as you explained yourself, you could make the argument for a stop sign as long as you give yourself a good backup argument. Because remember, he's driving. Was Andrew's trip longer going to the house or coming back from the house? Okay, so which one was longer? So how long did it take him to get to the house? Let's start by figuring that out. So to house took, like we said, he arrived at the house here, 4 minutes. And from house, so now notice, we aren't going to start counting here because he hasn't left yet. This part right here is him staying at the house. So he doesn't leave that house to return home until this minute, which is 6, 7, 8. So he leaves at the 8th minute. I almost did that wrong. So from 8, So from 8 to when he got back, that's 8 to 15. 15 minus 8 is equal to 8, 9, 10. That's 7 minutes. So was his trip longer going to the house or coming back? Coming back was longer by 3 minutes. So coming back was longer by 3 minutes. And there could be any reason for that. If you're looking at this, he hit 2 red lights, so that plays into it. Maybe he was going slower. Who knows? Last part E here is asking you how fast he's going from 0 to 2 minutes. Okay, so from 0, that's here, to 2, that's right here. So how fast is he going? So this question is basically asking you to find the slope. And you can do that using your graph. So if I'm starting here, I'm going up 2 over 1. You're looking for that rise over your run. So I'm going up 2 over 1. Up 2. Not exactly. That's not true because that wasn't right there. Let's try that again. Let's go a different color. So up. Yeah, really, it doesn't cross nicely until right here. So from this point to this point. So I'm going up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over 2. Up 5 over 2, which going back and using the labels and stuff that we're talking about, we're going, sorry. We have y over x, right? Y is on top, so y is the blocks. We're going 5 blocks every 2 minutes. Minced. 5 blocks every 2 minutes, up 5 over 2. You could simplify that to, or 5 divided by 2 is 2.5 blocks per minute if you're finding that unit rate. So either way, I did that by counting on the graph here. I counted up 5 over 2. Use the graph that they give you, mark it up as much as possible. It's there to help you. So there you go. There's your first practice problem.